Talk about coaching a little bit. Like, what exactly do you do in the coaching realm? Like, how do you go about coaching a player or a young kid?
Yeah. I mean, so it's the thing is like we have different divisions, so it's a lot harder when you mix a bunch of people together. But when you get divisions, like we have it's gold and plat, then diamond, then masters up. So so we have different coaches for each section. And then what we do is we all do the similar things. So we have like our VOD review day and our scrim day. But on top of all that, we also have what we call like our esports tower approach. And then we have like we have guest speakers come in and whatnot. So so it's not like you're getting on like a tier 3 team and you're just hopping in scrims all day and doing maybe one VOD a week. It's like we're doing consistent like scrim, VOD, esports tower approach, all that kind of stuff. So
sounds good. It's like having the different divisions as well. It's kind of like, at least I'm gonna keep referring to Little League baseball, right? Because for me, like that was like when I was a kid, like that's kind of what I played. And obviously, like you had your general like middle school and varsity sports in high school, but and I can't really iterate this enough. It's like a lot of these younger players don't actually have, like, it's very rare that they find a good scrim environment, right? Like it's not easy to do. It's not easy to grow as a player. There haven't really been any like predecessors to it. So I think what you all is doing is like really cool. But on top of that, like we kind of do have to look to the future. Like where do you see Esports Tower going down the line?
Well, I mean, hopefully we build it into like a complete community where we can, spread out into other games than just Valorant and Overwatch. Like, I mean, what I want, like, I would like to have, like 50 teams with like a ton of coaches and like, we start to get, more. Like, I mean, we don't want competitors to outbeat us, but like, we want competitors because we want, we want youth to be developed. So if we can get a ton of different, teams and a community going where we can do like, a bunch of community game night and we have, I don't know, 17 voice channels of people playing Among Us, like that would be sick. Oh yeah,
it's kind of building it out. Like I think that's like from a foundational standpoint, that's always like the best thing that you can do in terms of like building anything, right? Like getting people just to consistently show up and building, kind of like what you care about, like an infrastructure, so to speak. And I think the more that we develop in terms of esports and the more mainstream it gets, the more popular it gets. Like I think that having that foundation, that kind of system to build the future off of is just going to be super crucial to the success of, the industry in general. I think a lot of people can understand, especially after going into like the scrim environment, where it's like you don't really understand how much coaching actually helps you until you do it yourself and you get coached and you play in that team environment. And I think, to me, I really think that gaming and competitive gaming really should become a more mainstream like sport, especially for kids, because the amount of team building you can have, to me, it felt no different from basketball or no different from baseball when I played as a kid, right? Like I wish this stuff had been out when I was a kid, because I was kind of like the only kid in my school that well, I mean, my friend's PC game, but I was the only one who really took it seriously, I guess. But nowadays, there's way more programs all kind of all over the place that, I've just gained so much traction, but there wasn't really the formatting for at least my school and other kids my age back then. I'm really hoping that the more you guys develop and other places like you develop, but it's just gonna change the entire infrastructure of the industry. Especially, I'm gonna die here on the spawn again. Chat, make sure you guys type !tower in chat. Head over to their website, read more about them. If you got any young players that that want to try to get in this guy just got owned. Oh my goodness. Make sure to send them that way. I don't know, in terms of Overwatch, have you what have you seen hands-on with the stuff that you guys have done in Overwatch that you would say, okay, to somebody else, this is why you should do things like this. This is why, I just own this ball. What in your experience, what's that like?
Well, I think so I think when I was a player way back when, probably 3 years ago, I think it was, I was plat. I started off plat gold, and I was plat gold for a long time, and then I was out of nowhere, I found a mentor, and then I hit GM, and then got on a tier 3 team and whatnot. But, I joined collegiate esports, or collegiate Overwatch in the school that I went to, and I thought it was gonna be oh, I'm on a collegiate team, that's crazy. It's gonna be college football and all this other stuff. But I realized really quick that it's so underdeveloped, so much. We have a good collegiate esports team. Like a semi-good collegiate esports team is Diamond.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like,
We
it's
saw.
shocking, right?
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
we
it's
saw
like-
UK's team. I work with them a little bit. We actually. Back when the Kentucky State games happened, my buddies and I, they had an esports for the first year, which is like the government-sponsored like festival, I guess, not festival, like competition. We actually went and played EKU, who was like GM, and then UK's team, which had like silvers on it, and we rolled the entire tournament. And it was just like me and like my diamond, like high master friends, and these guys all went to UK as well, and didn't make the team, and it just shows you it's like. It's crazy that even now, TESPA, I would say even starting this year is when you're starting to see like a lot of, like, I think when Elk went to Harrisburg, I think that was a big one. I think like the big turning point was like, I think Elk going to Harrisburg was big. You have Juby, I think Juby's on Harrisburg too, or no, was he on? Juby's on Harrisburg. He was on the Saints, right? And the Saints is kind of like a 2-for-1, but I think that from what I heard about UK's program, although the UK actually did partner. Did you hear about that? UK partnering with Genji?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I actually got to meet all the people over there because I'm from Lexington, so like I got to see all their their conferences and stuff, like news conferences and stuff, and it was actually pretty sick. And seeing just how serious they were starting to take it now, especially with the structure getting better, and especially your all's company being a prime example of that. It's like the sky kind of is the limit. You don't have to give up on being competitive, and focus on. This guy's just getting rolled. But that's what's so cool to me, and I wish more people would actually indulge in that.
I love the excitement.
Run off point.
I'm glad we share the same excitement.
Yeah,
so.
no, I think more and more people would. So if you could sell people on one thing to get them as excited as we are about Esports Tower, what would you say?
I think the biggest thing is like people have to understand that the program isn't just scrims and VODs. Like we have, like I said it before, like how we had the Esports Tower Pros, but like the other things we have is like we just started up our community game night, which is a mix of just like anyone on our Discord can join. Like if anybody in this chat wanted to join, we just do community game night every Friday at 10. When you click checkout and with the website and whatnot, you're joining the community. You're not joining a team. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that, and chat. Make sure you guys all head over to that Discord, check it out. I think it's pretty worth to hop in there and just like always meeting new people too. I think it's just super underrated. As what does this guy play? Just getting out there and doing things. Like you never know. Like if you wait for opportunity to come knocking to you, like you're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities that you kind of wish you had. And I think this is one of them. I think that especially if you're into gaming, especially if you're, I know a lot of you guys are around my age, a little bit younger. Some of you a lot older actually, probably. But I personally, I don't think it's ever too late to indulge in some new hobbies, indulge in some new activities. Yeah, okay, chat. I spam the Discord link. Give me for that. I don't care. Whatever. Like, yeah, I can't.
A lot of people are joining.
Yeah,
thank you guys.
Yeah. No, you guys. I mean, hopefully they all hop in. We'll see. Like, don't miss out, fellas. Don't be plat chat this time. This is your chance to step up and graduate to diamond chat. Make a good decision. Hop in there. Yeah, I want you to talk about esportstower.com. Do it. You won't.
esportstower.com is basically a company where they're here to help the young.
I appreciate talking to you, bro. It's stuff like this is actually pretty important, chat. So hearing all you can and trying to be involved and get out there and doing more in life. Remember, we're on the clock, right? We're on the clock, so it's important to get out there and put the better foot forward whenever you have the chance to. And this is definitely one of those situations. So make sure you guys get it done. I appreciate talking to you again, bro. And
thank you so much, Samito.
Well, what was that website called again? I can't quite remember. What was it? Oh, that's right. esportstower.com. Make sure you guys check it out. I appreciate talking to you, brother. And you have a good one.
So much. Thank you. You as well.
See you, dog.